talking about feels like temperatures in the teens already in many spots. Actual temperatures definitely below freezing, and that's going to be the theme as we go through the overnight heading into the start of your day tomorrow. So again, right now it's 24 degrees in Meridian, but it feels like it's 15 when you factor in the wind. Philadelphia, it's 19, but it feels like it's 10. Quitman, it's 27. It feels like it's 18. And Livingston is 23. But it feels like it's 19, and it's because of the wind. Right now we have sustained winds about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Some spots the winds are calm. In those locations you're not dealing with much of a wind chill. And as we go through the night, we're expecting the winds to gradually go from 10 miles per hour to closer to calm. But the slightest little bit of wind early on Tuesday could again add that extra bite. So temperatures will continue to fall off, and we're expecting to wake up to teens kicking off our Tuesday, which means you need to bundle up. High pressure has an influence on our weather as we look at our first alert radar, and it's going to continue to make its way closer to us, and that's going to help to relax those winds. But again, this colder, biting air is going to stick around. Hence, we have cold weather alerts in place, and the bulk of our area sits under an extreme cold warning as we're expecting very low temperatures, and that's going to be through noon tomorrow. So again, overnight heading into our Tuesday, these are the numbers that we're expecting. We're going to go with widespread teens across the area. These numbers could definitely lead to some issues in terms of you suffering from hypothermia or frostbite. If you're not practicing cold weather safety as you make your way outside, especially if you work outside, you want to make sure you're ready for this type of cold, and that's going to be early on our Tuesday. The good news is that we do have a little bit of a warm up as we go through the week. Again, we'll start with teens for Tuesday morning, but highs will reach the upper 40s by the afternoon. That's going to be a big improvement because today we only had a high of 36 in Meridian. So again, we'll take those 40s. By Wednesday morning and Thursday morning, we're going to have temperatures in the 20s, still below freezing, still worthy of practicing cold weather safety, but at least not as cold as where we've been. So that's an improvement, and we'll have highs near 50 both Wednesday and Thursday afternoon, keeping it precipitation free as well through Thursday. But as we head towards our Friday, here's the big picture. We're expecting another Gulf low to make its way again across the northern tier of the Gulf, clipping the coast, and this is going to open up the door to some Arctic air as it moves away. Notice though, there's a little bit of white at the top end of that precipitation. There's a slim chance we could see a little bit of a wintry mix, but it's too early to really say. This is just something that we're watching for Friday. But the bigger story, at least for now, with that system, is it opening up the door to that next wave of Arctic air that's going to come down. So this is a first alert. By the weekend, we're expecting another cold snap. By Saturday of this week, we're expecting temperatures back into the teens. Again, we're going to have that little bit of a warm up after, let's say, Tuesday morning through the midweek. But again, by Saturday, we could have teens again, and it could feel like single digits when you factor in the wind. And then by Sunday morning, we're expecting teens, and the wind could make it feel like low teens, even though it may not be as strong. But this is something that we're monitoring, but brace yourselves. We're kind of stuck in this wintry rut for a while in terms of these well below average temperatures. So continue with your cold weather precautions. People, make sure you're dressed in layers and using a safe heating method. Pets, make sure that you are keeping the pets inside if possible, or making sure they have somewhere nice and warm to lay their heads during this cold snap. And the pipes, hopefully the pipes are already dripping because again, it's already below freezing. And if you don't have it already, go ahead and scan that QR code. That way you can stay a step ahead of the weather, keep track of those temperatures, how they go low or even how high they go throughout the day. And also you'll get those rain chances as well. So again, make sure you have our app. Here's a 10-day forecast at 10. We have a first alert weather day in place for your Tuesday morning. We're expecting impactful cold, getting a little bit better through the midweek, but then Friday into the weekend, our next system comes in. We'll watch Friday for maybe a little bit of a wintry mix, but again, behind it, it looks like, Brett, we're going to have another Arctic wave, and so we have to brace ourselves. Cold, at least for the next 7 days or so.
Yeah, no kidding. Brace yourself. You mentioned up there single digits with the wind chill. That is
brutal. Man. Yeah, some people saw that today.
Oh my goodness.